Hey everyone, welcome to the Parts Girl Live. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys make this way more fun.
Well, here's me saying good morning because this is me talking from the future because it's Thursday morning for me.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are like a day ahead. Well, thank you, Michael, for
Yeah,
coming on.
that's right. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Hey, how about this? Merry Christmas to
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love
Where
this
has
time of year.
2023 gone? 2024 is like here in 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's here already.
It really is.
We'll give some time for people to start joining and commenting, but I wanted to ask you guys, we'll go around the room just to kind of kick it off and maybe we'll have more conversation around it. But what are you guys most excited about in 2024, personally and in automotive? Wendy, let's start with you.
Oh, I was afraid you were
I
going to
love
do that.
it. Wendy's first.
I was so afraid you were. Well, and
Please be
Russell,
trying
you're
to think.
very observant, Russell, because usually I'm just sitting there smiling, so I usually go last. Which is really great because then you say, oh, like she said, and he said, and they said, but oh my gosh, you know me, I wake up excited about just the prospect of being able to make a difference and what new is coming down the pipeline. I welcome the blessings as well as the lessons because that's why they call it life, right? But I think there's a growing awareness of the fact finally that we need to make some changes, some real change. We need to affect change. We had COVID, we had challenges. We've been having the conversations all year in 2023, and I think it's time to execute. I think it's time to reflect, to strategize, to wind down from 2023 and to emerge into the new year. And I'm looking forward to it with all kinds of growth and execution, I guess, on my end, both personally and professionally.
Awesome. Great answer. Execution. Need to write that down. Okay. Who wants to go? Russell. And Russell, I didn't even introduce you as the co-host. I'm like sucking today. But Russell's the co-host, and they're also the sponsors of the Parts Girl podcast. Fix Ops Marketing is our sponsor, and then we also have Bailey as our sponsor. So throwing that in there. But Russell, do you want to go or Michael?
No, I'll go. Listen. I'm going to go off Wendy. I'm glad you went first, Wendy. So, life is a journey, not a destination. And I got to tell you, so I started selling cars in 1985. I ran dealerships for a while for the companies that I've had, et cetera. And I hear things are starting to change, but I hear almost the same kind of complaints and stuff in sales and service that I did all those years ago. And we all know the definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, and they're coming. Okay. And I think one of the biggest movers and shakers and motivators for that is AI. A lot of people are talking EV, all those things are coming. We have an opportunity. I'm not going to talk about sales at the moment, but the opportunity is there too, to take that back from all those independents and really do something with repeat referral and retention, whether it be training, transparency, et cetera. And I'm excited because there's a huge paradigm shift taking place. And all of us are part of this revolution. Now, there's a lot of people I engage with on a daily basis. Michael and I just met. Hey, Joe, how are you? But with Kaylee and Wendy, it's like we were just talking right before we went live. I think it was 4 hours yesterday, maybe 5 hours, from early in the morning to late at night. We're all in these same rooms, and we're all motivating, inspiring, educating, and people to get outside of their comfort zone and go to the next level. That is happening. That's what I see for 2024. On the personal side, continued growth, continue reading books, and associating with people that have fruit on the tree instead of the branches being bare.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good answer. AI. And speaking of people, Jamie Alexander, she's awesome. She's just like sprouted out and just like.
She was on with us last night too on Lethal Sales, right? Yeah. Hi, Jamie.
She's fierce and fiery. I love it.
I can't see everybody. Kaylee, where are they at?
What do you mean?
Oh, they're at. Okay. I see Joe. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, all right. We're figuring this out, guys. I haven't gone live in a while, so we're doing this. So
This was
Michael,
your first one post baby, yeah?
post baby, and he's sleeping thankfully right now.
Oh, yay. Awesome.
Yes.
For me, 2024, it's going to be a huge year. I think both professionally for SalesLogs, but also personally, we've got a lot of features coming. Like we've got some big plans. AI, I'm so excited about AI. Like I'm using it so much inside just my day to day to create efficiencies in just our internal processes of what we do, how we do things. Wendy and I have had so many conversations about, AI and just process improvement, about just our own businesses of how we do things, which is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to 2024. We're going to kick off the start of the year pretty much with NADA. It's our first exhibit there, and we've got an awesome booth design.
Wait, it's your first time
so
exhibiting there? You guys are
exhibiting at NADA, yeah.
Oh, good deal.
So we're really excited for that event, and we've previously done Digital Dealer, which is where we all met, and looking forward to it. It's pretty exciting. And to top that off, we've just bought a new house. We've just sold our current house, and I'm moving right in the middle of NADA being on.
Oh no.
Oh man,
So
I just go through moving. I get what you're going through. It's a lot.
Yeah. So we move house the weekend, and then I fly out on the Tuesday morning to Vegas to then come and see all you guys. So I'm excited about that.
That's exciting.
Am I allowed to promote anything here?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Okay. So listen, y'all listening out there, make time. Okay. I know everybody's busy, but here's what I found about busy people. The busier someone is, the more in control of their time and making time for what they think is important. The human side of AI, okay, on Clubhouse. How about another Clubhouse one, All Things Car Biz? How about another one like David Long and All Things Fixed Operations and All Things Used Cars? And how about Joe Chambers and Service Drive Live, on Sunday mornings, and Lethal Sales on Wednesday nights? And I mean, it just goes on and on. Those are just the ones that come to my head. So I need to make sure I get that out there. Charity joined us. Love that there's a party, baby. Hi, Charity.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. You know what I'm really excited about? Friday, I'm packing the whole family up. We do a lot of family stuff. So when I'm not doing this, every minute I have is spent with family. And I'm so grateful that everybody's that close and I get to be that involved with my grandkids. But we're all going to leave Texas and go to Oklahoma City, downtown, to this place called Bricktown. And we're going to do the Polar Express, a real train ride that's set in the, I'm just really excited. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. I just love it. Hot chocolate and, Tom Hanks and all that. It's going to be great.
And how cold is it going to be there?
It's not bad. It's going to be like mid 50s. I don't know how to translate it into Celsius.
I have to convert that.
Oh yeah, do that because I can't do that.
Yeah, me too.
But it's probably hot for Michael there because it's like summer for you guys, right?
So weirdly, so that's 10 degrees Celsius for us. Yeah, okay, so that's cool. It's summer. We're December and it's summer, right? And I'm still wearing my winter like puffer jacket. Like it's been cold here. We've had like 3 hot days in a row and then it's like freezing again. So it's so weird weather at the moment.
But what's cold to you? Like what is cold?
Like we would get down to, maybe like 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. So that's going to be
30s.
What's that going to work out? Like 40 for you
in the summer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no. Well, no, we got down to like about sort of 13, 14 degrees, which is about 57 for you. So but it's December.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that cold in December.
In Australia, no.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, especially. So Fred, let us in. Here. Hey Michael. Oh, Fred's there.
Let us in.
Let us in.
Let us in.
Oh, does he want to join?
He's probably trying to join.
Wendy, you're on
mute, Wendy.
He's actually playing Santa with April Simmons down at Robert Horn Ford in Apache
Aw.
Junction for their Christmas party. So I had said, if it works out, you guys, maybe you can have a quick Santa appearance and April, and if she's in her elf dress, and they could plug in. That's probably what April's trying to get him to plug in. Either that or he thinks it's a regular Zoom. It could go either way. His sugar's kind of low getting close to Christmas. He hasn't had enough cookies.
we love you, Fred.
Right.
April.
Yes. He's saying it's beautiful weather. So, yeah, 10 degrees Celsius. He's done some converting for us.
Yeah.
So let's give that clubhouse that we've talked about another plug, because one thing you mentioned about 2024 is AI, and we have gosh, the name is escaping
The
me
human
right now.
side of AI.
Human side of AI. Thank
Yeah.
you. Today we got a bunch of people that pitched their product, but what's different about pitching? It wasn't really pitching. It was just more of like, this is what we do, and then there was a bunch of questions asked.
Yep.
So what was the most interesting? Because I know, well, I'm going to leave you out, Michael, on this one. What was the most interesting thing that you guys heard in the room today, Wendy and Russell?
I'm gonna let Russell, defer
Oh,
to
there
him.
you go, Wendy. Thank you very
Separate lot.
much.
Yeah, Russell, it's your turn to go first.
I liked all of it. Most fascinating one was that new guy that just joined. No, wait a minute. Hold on. What was that other AI company where she did a live thing? What was her name?
Stella.
Yeah.
And that was Brandy.
That
It was
was
great.
that was fascinating. Now, look, everybody's, I know AI, but listen, and this is from Glenn Lundy because I'm in his room every morning too. But, we're going to move in the next 3 to 5 years as fast as we moved in the last 100. So I encourage all of you, if you want a bird's eye view, just to get some basics, show up to those types of rooms because, AI is one thing, but there's a human side. And Wendy in her room and the people in there make the distinction of just what those are. Okay. It's not about replacing people. Okay. Although that's probably going to happen too, but not in a big way where everybody thinks it's going to happen. But I'm telling you, you spend 15, 20 minutes a day. That's like 96 hours a year. You'd be in the top 5% people in the world that know as much about AI as the rest that don't. Just spending that kind of time. And you could almost get that in 1 hour a week in the human side of AI. I'm just a huge proponent of it. And no, I'm not getting paid. Some of you are thinking, well, Wendy's, no, not getting paid. Am I getting paid, Wendy?
No, but the beautiful thing is it's a collaboration.
Yes.
It's just as much Kaylee hosting the room as me and April Simmons and Martha Alvarado. And now we've got Hunter Swift in the gang. And please forgive me, and you better fill in who I forget. Jennifer Sanford.
Well, now we're
Sean
gonna have a new
Armour
person.
when he can make
Mike
it.
Larkin.
Michael Johnson, he's going to join us now.
Yep. But I mean, we've
See
got
what
a
time
core
it is.
number of us that said, hey, let's create this space and let's take turns hosting so it doesn't become a burden. And there's so many people with differing vantage points and differing periods of immersion into AI or levels of immersion and experience. And it's just been a beautiful collaboration. I think not many are making the time or investing the time, not spending the time, investing the time.
That's right.
To join in and collaborate in real time. However, the more it's now our duty to share out the recording so that people can listen to the conversations and know that it's a minimal investment of time to be able to grow one of my favorite hashtags, Stronger Together.
Yeah. Oh, it's not the same every
You
week.
have to.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is different every single week. And for those that you don't know, all I know is it's 10 a.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. You do the own math, whatever part of the world you're in. But it's fascinating. I mean, there's some real technical stuff that I don't understand, but I'm learning. And that's what it's all about. We're all learning and pulling each other up.
Yeah. And so that's how we execute, right? Because that's the other goal in 2024 that we'd like to see is, going into these rooms, expanding our, knowledge on what is available to us so that we're not continually doing the same thing to get different results, because that's not going to happen. So I wanted to include Michael in on the conversation too. Like, what is with you and AI? What are you experiencing on, all the way in Australia I think AI is a really exciting
product and concept, right? And there's still a lot of people who are really scared. As Wendy knows, I'm a huge advocate for HubSpot, and I attended HubSpot Inbound earlier this year. It's in Boston every year, and it's just amazing to sort of see that 4 days of an event, everything was all about AI. The year before when I was there, AI was hardly mentioned. So in 12 months now, everybody knows what AI sort of does in some capacity, but people who are freaking out about it, we're going to lose jobs to AI. People aren't going to lose jobs to AI. People are going to lose jobs to people who use AI. And I think that's a really important sort of message, that you need to jump on the train, start using some of the tools, play around with ChatGPT, go and have a look at, marketing tools like Jasper. We've just re-looked at how we sort of do, our marketing content and building out things. It can't replace your whole process, but it can certainly guide you and help you in terms of streamlining how you do things and reducing how many hours that you spend, right? So that's where you start to get this ROI on spending on, tools for AI that aren't expensive. And when you start looking at that at a time saving of how many hours that you're saving, it's significant. And that way you can go and invest that money and time into more people in your business to start growing more and delivering better service to your clients. And there's just so many things that it opens the door for. Yeah.
Great point. I want to add something to that. When Michael was talking about a year, I think it was December last year when ChatGPT rolled out. Bard rolled out in February. It's not even a year old. ChatGPT is just a year. In 1 year, look at what's happened and all the buzz around AI. And now there's rooms and seminars and you name it. What's it going to be in the next 2 years? It's incredible.
It is.
I really like this comment from Stephen. Sorry, just to jump in, and maybe we could share that. I love this. People in AI are not or should not be in conflict with each other. The tactical mistake is choosing either AI alone or no AI at all. I love it. Yeah. People and intelligent process equals logical advancements. And that is the best summary.
Well done, Stephen.
Yeah. Great.
Well done,
great
Stephen. Very eloquent. Yep.
Yeah.
And might I say, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I think it just allows us to be more creative in everything what we're doing. What were you going to say?
Agree. Well, I was going to say that, and that's, talking about the name, I think we must remember, and just like Stephen said, and I'll say it in different words, the human side of AI. We have to make sure that while we choose a tool, and we have to make sure that it solves the pain points that we have in our dealerships, we have to make sure, and whether it's, look at it, you guys, that the possibilities are endless, from marketing to sales to even BDC, because marketing pushes the traffic, right? And then you use AI to try and convert. But when you have escalations and such, you need to have someone on the receiving end a human to be able to accept that for the person that gets sent a link to schedule an appointment when they just had trouble with the scheduler and they really need human intervention because something's not clicking. They need help.
Right.
We need to make sure and have the people boots on the ground that are going to hold the AI accountable and make sure that we're policing the process, that we're policing the responses. I see numerous posts of really comical responses when people ask certain questions of conversational, like chat GPT powered bots, let's call them. And it's just so hilarious. So you have to make sure that human element is there, because otherwise you're going to buy a product and you're not going to have, and then you're going to blame the product for not delivering and converting your leads where you had a broken process to start with. So like we've been talking about in the room, and April keeps touting, and Martha and all of us in our own words, make sure your house is in order before you employ a tool or a service to help to convert your leads, because that's essential.
Great point, Wendy.
Still giving a great experience.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And it's funny about it's sort of you're saying about some of the hilarious things that it comes out. I dare you to put into ChatGPT, ask it to output something for you, and then ask it to make it sound Australian. We don't sound like that and we don't talk like that, but it's so funny listening to some of the words that it throws in of just typical Australian slang. It's gold. So.
Oh yeah. That's funny. We can have fun with it too, right? That's how we learn.
Yeah, that's it.
I like what Jamie said. A tool itself will not create success. It's how we successfully use it. We must be willing to adapt to change. And I say something along the same lines. Technology to accelerate momentum is wonderful. Technology used to create
Yes.
something that you don't have is disaster waiting to happen. Well said,
Absolutely.
Jamie.
100%.
Well said.
Yeah.
So then let's talk about getting the house in order. How can we do that? Like,
I think
Let's talk about that in 2024. No, I'm just
okay.
kidding.
Yes. I know that's a big question because I think you have to identify where the house is broken or where the foundation is broken. But I think that to add value is like where can we make everything in order before, when do you know it's time to add this type of technology into your process? I guess is the
that
question,
sounds,
right?
that sounds like a Michael question with SalesLogs.
Yeah, Michael. It's on you,
Yeah.
brother.
Pressure's on.
Look, pressure's on now. Look, I think
I've done the pressure today. It's your turn.
I think if businesses are open to change, and it sort of just loops a little bit back to what Jamie was saying about we have to be willing to adapt to change, and just looking at processes. There's never a better time to look at your process than now, and I think that's where COVID. It's the opportunity to reset. Looping back to even what Wendy's just said earlier when we opened, is that we've gone through all of these hurdles, and now we're sort of on the other side of going, okay, now let's push forward. What does 2024 look like, and how do we plan for that? So,
Well,
Yeah.
I can say this, that I have a general rule speaking because I'm one of those ADHD type A's, and I kind of live on the edge. I think for me anyway, my experience is life is at the edge of my comfort zone. But I realized in my life as I reflect back and look, and I don't know about all of you, maybe you do, but I do a lot of reflecting at this time of the year. I think a lot of people do, about what's happened, where we're going, where we're at now, and stuff like that. And I realized that wherever I've resisted change the most, because it's the only inevitable there is, wherever I resisted it the most is actually where I needed to make change. What are your thoughts on that?
I have a really good one. Good one. So, and I have to say that whether, okay, so how do everybody, you guys all know me really, really well. And many of my clients, I had two of them come back to me in the last 4 months that I haven't launched their BDCs. It's been 10 years. And one of them said, I need you to open a vehicle buying center for me. The other one said, I need you to come visit my BDC and get us back to basics, because when I was with Greg Goebel and Dealer Strong, when we created the BDC portion of his client portfolio, the process we put in place was proven successful. But then various people come into play in stores. And okay, let me preface it by saying, he said, the reason I'm calling you is because you're not afraid to tell people what's up and what you think and what's broken and what they need to fix. And I'm not. I talked to sorry guys, if it insults you, but I talk to the janitor the same way I talk to the CFO. And if it's broken, I'm going to tell you. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I even had somebody say, well, you can't talk to my BDM like that. Only I can talk to her like that. Oh, okay. But she was lying to him and she was trying to throw us under the bus. So anyway, so I'll tell you exactly. If you want to know what's up, I'll tell you. But then you have to be able to accept the fact that you have to take the necessary steps to fix it. And if it's not with me, fine. But this is and you can't keep bringing different people in to tell you the same thing and expect that any one of them has a magic pill that's going to make it all better. Different personalities come in. I think that in my case with BDC, I think we went from where they were selling cars like candy bars, to coin a phrase. And now they need to learn how to sell appointments, learn how to sell cars. A lot of the people that were not in either department pre-COVID never learned that.
No.
So they shortened their cadence. Their follow-up is like 2 weeks, and then they outsource it to somebody and let them beat the dead leads and then get upset if they don't convert them. You need to have it tighter and reach out more, because you don't have as much of a chance. Buyers are doing their research more so now, and they come to you completely educated. So you need to get them in the door. You need to earn their trust. What is it, right? We say this, people buy from what they like the people they like, know, and trust, and we sell
Mhm.
appointments in the case of a BDC, or you're selling cars, or you're selling service hours, or whatever you're selling. You have to make the difference in the experience, but you also have to look at things in black and white. And you have to make sure that you have perspectives and mindsets in play, and the understanding and the study of mindsets across departments, because a BDC mindset is getting them in the door for you, driving traffic. A sales still in what's returning to a heavy subprime market, which might have been okay for a minute. You have to be able to sell options for them and get them in the door. You can't sell them that car over there, especially if it's an ad leader, and then you're misrepresenting a process and
Right.
still there to get them in the traffic and in the store, and then you want to do a bait and switch. You have to sell the options. The why buy from us is huge. And I just find that they come back to you because we're returning to what was proven successful. It's come full circle, and we need to work for our customers again. They're not going to drop at our feet.
Great.
Yes.
And that's
Great
where I
point.
think a lot of dealerships now need to look at their process, because we've got, especially with fresh younger teams who haven't experienced the pre-COVID of actually, the road to a sale and selling the actual vehicle and the value in it and the dealership and all of these things. They've just enjoyed this. Customers just walk in and go, "Oh, you have a car available, and it's how much? No worries. Well, that's the price," and they're just signing up, right? And that's where we really sort of see, yay!
Look at
And this
that.
is where we really,
I didn't want to interrupt. Give your thought.
No,
So
you're good.
and this is where we're sort of seeing, like, especially in the Australian market, because we don't have local manufacturing. If the vehicle's not in stock, it's taking months to arrive, right? Like we're not seeing the turnarounds, which is essentially the whole premise of why SalesLogs was born. Just throwing a little plug in there, that we were managing order pipeline. Like, I've got some clients here in Australia who have got 3,000 or 4,000 customer orders sitting in their order bank
Oh my
that they're
gosh.
yet to deliver. Like, cars won't be arriving for 18 months or 2 years. They're that far away.
I couldn't even fathom
Brands like
that one,
Toyota.
Michael.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, we ordered a car that was like mid this year that was not going to arrive until mid next year. We ended up buying a different brand, and we've got that car, and then cancelled the other order because we couldn't wait, right? And so that's the thing, is that some brands are having such challenges in terms of order banks and order right. And it just comes back to, we actually now start to have to go through this process of selling vehicles again, selling the value in it, because stock is starting to come through for a lot of brands. And I think, just sort of going back to the point that Russell, you were making about reflecting, and then also Wendy, you were talking about looking at your process and having people come in and telling them what's up. How many times do we, in any business, right, whether we're in the dealership world, day to day walking in, or even in our own businesses, as vendor partners of dealerships, do we actually take a step back and look at the cobwebs, right? I kind of like to always look at it and go, how many times do we walk into our dealership every day and walk straight past that same bit of rubbish or bit of cobweb in the corner of the room or the roof or whatever, and ignore it and go, someone else will fix that? Or
Often.
just completely have our blinkers on, right?
Yep.
How many times do we actually take a step back and go, this is what our customer sees, this is what our customer experiences, and fix it? So I really like sort of where you've gone, Russell, with that reflection, and Wendy talking about sort of process and letting that person on the outside who sees it straight away absorbing what they say. Because if somebody else is seeing it and you're not, you need to take a moment to reflect on that and go, oh, what does our customer see?
Well said, Michael. When you were talking about process and pre-COVID, and because I did grow up on the variable side in automotive, and there is a road to the sale. You can call it 8, 10, 12 steps, whatever you want to, and adapt them to your personality style to, win the relationship. But when you defect from that process, it costs you gross, repeat, referral, CSI, and SSI every single time. So it's being hammered. Some of you newer people, since COVID been in, you're starting to understand, hey, it doesn't just fall in your lap. There's a skill and there's an art to sales craftsmanship.
Absolutely.
So, wow, good stuff. And our host just left us. We're here to fend for ourselves. There she is. So
He's hungry,
I hate to do this.
but you have to go.
I have an interview with a potential employee. I am humbled and honored to share this with all of you. Kaylee, thanks for having me. Wendy, Michael, I think we may have met briefly at Digital Dealer, but I won't
Yes.
miss the opportunity to engage with you in the future, and I'll connect with you if we're not already connected on LinkedIn. But other than that, Merry
That would
Christmas,
be amazing.
Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever is politically correct with all of you listeners out there. I love you all. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Russell. And we'll wrap up the show
Right.
after Russell leaves. Thank you for so
Oh,
much.
you're waiting for me to leave. I
Thanks.
get it.
Yeah, go
No, I'm just
bye.
kidding. Bye.
Now we
Thank
can
you
end
all.
the show.
Bye, Russell.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Merry
Bye,
Christmas.
Russell. Thank you. All right. Now that he's gone, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, wait, we're still live.
We're still live.
No, I knew that. Wendy, you're on mute.
I was so holding the stage for Aiden.
Oh, well, now he's like eating, but it's okay.
Drunk drinking.
Drunk drinking.
Yes.
Milk drunk.
He's.
Oh, I'm sorry. First time I meet him and I make him cry. Sorry.
Yeah.
You just wanted to see him. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him in person. So
He's a really cool baby. He's pretty good. I don't really remember how Trinity was. it's all a blur. But okay, let's wrap up the show. But just any like closing comments. Is there anything you guys want to bring up before we say goodbye to everyone? And I guess it's not New Year yet. It's just Merry Christmas. We'll probably do another
Merry
live show.
Christmas.
Yeah.
We're almost in 2024. I'm so excited about what's going to happen next year because there's just so many good things coming and in the pipeline. I'm really excited to see you guys at NADA. It's only a matter of weeks away, which is really exciting. So we'll be in Vegas. Yeah, this year's flown. Where is it going?
So glad we met, and I'm excited. Yes, Wendy.
Can I say that I think people should learn more about Michael and SalesLogs, because being so far away in a completely different time zone, you have such a superior product and such a brilliant dev team, and you and the expansion, because you and John and Jenny, and you've got such a wonderful team. And I'm looking forward to meeting your person that you're bringing with, your team member, and you exhibiting at NADA. And I just think that there's so many people who are now coming into our industry from other countries and other areas that are so up to the task at giving our dealers what they need, that I think people need to learn more about you. And I'm glad you're here, Michael.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, look, I'm excited to get our product out there and sort of really showcase what we can do and help dealers with their sales sort of performance and pipeline management, especially because now, the buying behavior has shifted, especially in the North American market, that, spot rolling cars is not as frequent as it used to be. People are actually prepared to wait for the car they want, as opposed to just taking what's in stock and selling, what you see. And that's just the industry's changing. So, I think the Australian market can certainly learn a lot from the North American market, which is why, there's so many people from Australia go to NADA every year. I know that the study tour that our Australian Automotive Dealer Association puts on, there was 80 something people there last year. I think they're going to tip 100 people this year. And I know there was a lot of Australians out there that weren't on the tour either that I ran into. I ran into so many of our clients that are out there. So I'm really looking forward to some of those sort of, conversations and collaboration of being able to share what we do in the Australian market with you guys. And at the same time, us learning so many things on the other side. But even though we're so far away, our support and our team, sort of work around the clock to make sure everything sort of happens. And it's it's an exciting sort of prospect of our growth to be getting out there.
Kaylee, can you plug yourself? Kaylee's presenting for her first time at NADA.
Yeah, I am presenting. Yes. So unleashing purposeful inventory management. So talking about parts and inventory.
Yes.
So I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I feel like I want to throw up every time I think about it. But it's a good thing because I'm going out of my comfort zone. And yeah, I'm just really excited to learn from the experience too, as I like think about it. It's been something I've thought about for a while of like wanting to do something like that. And I can't believe it's happening. And
Yeah. This is great
it's
professional and personal growth for you, Kaylee. This is awesome.
it's really incredible. And I feel like Parts Edge has come so far in just a few years. We're working on some really exciting things for 2024 that I can't quite release or talk about because I don't want to be that salesperson that talks about stuff that's not fully there yet. So I'm not going to talk about it. But it's really exciting. Thank you, Wendy, for doing that because I'm not going to plug myself.
I know, that's why I did it.
What day are you talking, Kaylee?
Saturday the 3rd at, is it 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? I know the room is 222. I think it's 1 o'clock.
Easy. There you go.
The time
Saturday.
on me, so I haven't quite remembered it yet. And my hands are full, so I can't look.
Fair enough.
There you go.
We'll post it. We'll post it on this show comment.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you
Great
guys for
idea.
this holiday edition of the live. We'll have to do a
Thank
New
you.
Year edition.
Got my
Yeah.
Grinch outfit on.
Yeah, I love it. I have my Christmas trees and my hat.
Yes.
What do you have, Wendy?
Great.
I don't know where I'm at. I lost you. I'm on this. Uh-oh. I mean, I'm here. There I am.
There you are.
Sorry.
All right.
Anyway.
Well,
Thank you,
Merry
guys.
Christmas, everyone.
Take
Happy
care,
New
you guys.
Year.
We'll see you soon.